Hey, it's starting to be 10 o'clock and I'm adjusting the microphone and my desktop. And I can. What's the idea of these morning lives? Because I have been working through whole summer like crazy. I have had many projects and then I wanted to space up my week a bit. Usually we had on a Google Meet uh, gatherings that people could come and ask about their work and how to find jobs. And very often they had questions how to Uh, just to explain things like valttikortti. What is valttikortti? For example, if you work in a construction, then you need one, but that's something which is provided by employer. So all kind of questions can be answered today, and I have picked a couple of different topics. You can see them on screen. It's actually a couple of words about current job market situation, and then uh, I have a couple of words about remote work. It's something what I'm investigating and researching at this moment because what I have noticed, because I search a lot of topics related to work, job markets, and my Google feed is adjusted based on my search. And there a lot of online job opportunities pops on. Staff leasing companies are advertising, and now recently I have got a lot of links for different remote job pages. Like you could work from Philippines, you can work from Finland, anywhere, and global companies are looking for assistance and for all kind of different tasks. It's like a Fiverr. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Fiverr, but there you actually work for some company directly and you will be freelancer. So that's something what I'm researching at this moment. I have a couple of thoughts and it's something I want to try by myself. So it will be an interesting process. I'm going to pick a field, most likely in IT, because I have a background also in IT, and I will get a couple of certificates, most likely with Google services like Google AdWords, maybe cloud services. I have done in a history of Cisco training. I didn't go for a certification because I didn't feel that I want to work in that field. But I'm going to pick something, but I'm already quite familiar. And now I found it. I I lost the chat button. They updated. I'm gonna hit the hi in chat, and I hope that you will also hit me a hi. Just tell me how are you doing? How is your morning? I write it here, and you can notice my message will pop up earlier than the video comes out. It's because there's a delay, and it makes small challenges to talk with you. It's not that easy than how we do it uh, in a Google Meet session because of really real time. But we can work with this, and I hope that you listen and especially ask questions because I have already thought uh, topic today that what I'm going to tell and show, but I can still add a lot of different answers. Just hit that question there, and I'll I'll figure an answer for you. And if I can, I will show online how to do it. But yeah, let's start the topic and slowly move forward. Today we have around big screen. I'm watching a time in a corner. We have hour and a half. It depends how long you want to stay with me and how many questions you have. And let's continue. I'll get a different slide. Now I need to skip. I'm still practicing with this live feed. I have these on different tabs arranged, and yeah, I hope I'm getting better over the time. And what's new this week? In the very beginning, I already told that Google has again adjusted my search algorithm, and I have got a lot of different uh, links for online job opportunities. Because it might be that Google thinks that I'm really hard looking for a job. I Google it a lot, and that's how I get these uh, links and leads for different services. And why did I get interested of online work? A couple of words before we put a pin on that thought. A couple of words about the Finnish job market at the moment. We have got for a while some a bit darker news that there is a bit less works and companies are closing down. I actually checked the numbers that how many companies closed down was it in a half year time period. It was 6,000 companies. But do you know what? Can you guess how many companies was opened again? That they started a new company. That was 10,000 companies. So we lose companies at this point, but we are also gaining new ones. And exactly same thing happened a long time ago in 90s when we had really rough times. We had a case that we had a lot of companies, they had a foreign debt. They had debt in dollars. And then they devaluated the local currency. We had a Finnish mark, Suomi markka at that time. And those companies couldn't take it. They buried under the loans. They closed doors like flies, and it wasn't a great time. But same time, new companies was created. People started from the fresh, and then they started to raise again. And those companies were doing really well in the last good season we had. So we have hope. And what I'm always saying, and what I have seen so many times, I have had this year like 6 to 7 guys who has done exactly same. That they looked work, they looked like mad, but they find odd jobs here and there. But then they started their own business, and now they are thriving and doing well. So that's just one idea, but that's not our topic today, not at all. Today we get to a couple of steps I have used in history because I have been in a situation that I had to find work. I had to feed family, I had to pay a living, and there was no money coming from any other direction. So I have gone it through. And that one I'm going to explain today that what you can do, and when you get that set, then you can think what you really want and then start building the life and career from that point. But yeah, I will actually I can show, you can write in the chat. I really like that somebody writes in the chat it. Then I can see that connection is working and everything is okay. But hey, I will show a couple of links I got today, not to, in a couple of days. That I'm going to change the sharing again. I'll pick a second screen before actually showing them that if you want to receive my thoughts and links for the lives automatically, because now I picked from the previous trainings those emails, sent them out. Here's a link. I'm gonna paste it to the chat, and from here, yeah, I'm a bit ashamed of this page. I haven't had a time, but here, write your email and subscribe. You will get the newsletter from me. It's something we have just started. It has been off for a while during the summertime when I was overloaded with work. But yeah, winter is coming and we have regular meetings again. So if you want to get the notification when the new live is coming or new video, subscribe from here. But yeah, let's go back to our actual topic. Let's have it here, screen share. And what I have here, I have This is the first one I got today. Flexjobs.com. And I did a bit research with this one. It looks promising that you can find a good jobs. I know a couple of people. I don't know where did they find a job, but for example, they are living in the UK and they are working for a US company. And the best part is they have all the benefits from the US company. So they are doing really well. They have a great salary. They work from home and they fly to US a couple of times a year. And of course, company pays for it. So this is something I'm going to sign up. And why I'm going to sign up? Because it seems to be one of the biggest. But thing is here, we have a lot of different web pages. And what I have found out from my own experience, that when you sign up for some page, it's not actually enough. You need to do a bit research, which I'm going to do. I will tell you later how is it going. That how to create a proper profile there, how to find leads, how to connect with possible customers. Yeah, I'm going to find that. And if you find out good tips, you get interested, please send me a message, write it in the comments, just somewhere that we collect that information together, and then we will put it together in a tight package we can share. Because this is cooperation, like exactly in the occupational safety training course we were talking, the safety laws, the responsibilities, that it's all about cooperation. And then in it together, we can make bigger things to happen. That one was one of the pages. Let's have a next one. Then we have this one is good. Check this out. Finland online jobs. That page can be also found in Finnish. And here's a bit statistics. This is way smaller than the previous one we checked. But here we have still 15 years experience on the field, 800,000 plus employments done, and then plus 300 recruits a month. And why these are interested and why did I get interested for these pages is that because recruiters and HR people are checking them regularly because it's their job to find the best workers. And let's think about job application process. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm stealing time. You came for easy steps to find that job, but I find this interesting, and that's the idea of the second coffee. We talk about interesting things, and it's more in a free form. But yeah, what I found that they are interesting. Recruiters, HR people are browsing them because if there's a job application online, they get a lot of paperwork. Then they are going through, they interview people, but on these pages, they can actually look what people are doing because many of them has a profile you can set, and then they have a discussion area that you can take part in the community. And HR people and recruiters are also hanging there and talking with people. I noticed that in a Glassdoor, and I don't remember that the Jobly had a discussion area, but the Glassdoor is the biggest and best example. I hang there, and I very regularly notice that when people talk there, and then some recruiters are coming and taking part. They are not always saying that they are recruiters, but if you check the profile, you can see that they work for some big company, and it might even say that they are in the HR department or something like that. But then again, what I noticed, because I like to stay somewhere and observe what's happening, is that if people are complaining there and telling how hard it is, it doesn't bring any results because HR people are checking that that's a bit negative tone there. But you can take a genuinely part in the discussion ask questions, think, tell ideas, and maybe talk about how to develop your skills. Those I have a couple of words in the end, and so on. But yeah, I will share some another day what I do online and what I have found. And then just one more example how online jobs are conquering the world, because it doesn't matter what the economy is in Finland, because somewhere it's always doing great. And yeah, I don't know if you can hear, but I have a helicopter flying low. And let's share a next slide. I'm a bit slow with this. It's a new, not a new. I have used this system a couple of times, but I'm still learning, and I'm using the free version just to check that this is that good. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I've stopped in the idea that online jobs are conquering the world slowly but steadily, because not every job is tied to location. Let's take, for example, Philippines, that the job board for wheelchair workers in Philippines. And when I have been talking with freelancers, the ones who work for themselves, they don't have an office, they don't have a like a business in a regular meaning with them, but they have built their life the way that it would be a business, and they use a lot of yeah, I can say freelancers, but they are hiring assistants, those secretaries, people to help to manage social media and so on. And internet is full of these kind of pages that just need to go through and check that what would work for you. And then one more I can show here. Should I hit in the chat the links? Would you like to get them if you wanna check? Let's see there. This is the last one. This is a flex jobs again. I picked the wrong one. I'm sorry. I wanted to take a employment hub. Yeah, I have too many tabs. Surprise, surprise. And here's, for example, Employment Hub Pro. This is something I'm also going to sign up. It's absolutely new to me. I haven't had experience. I want to see what's happening there. But I'm gonna sign up. Then maybe in an email I will tell that how did it work out and what kind of jobs they had. But check check this one. This one always makes me to laugh. That sick of daily grind, your 9 to 5 feels like a dead end. I can tell from the heart that if you decide to be a freelancer, it will be more than 9 to 5 job. We have actually a joke in Finland that if you want to work for yourself, it's a good opportunity because you can only work half day. And then it will end in the story that you can pick which 12 hours you are going to work. And that's actually my case because I like what I'm doing. I don't have a problem putting those hours. So I usually stay quite late and work. You have seen that you have getting emails from me 10 o'clock in the evening when I'm writing certificates. And then I also do a paperwork, billing, and so on. But it doesn't feel like work because I like it, and I do so many different works. I have already mentioned in a safety course that I do construction works. I work with another construction companies. I arrange jobs for people. Then once a week I have a safety training, and then I have this free time hobby about networking and sharing tips, finding work, because that used to be my profession, and I really like that. So that's enough of online, and that's something I'm going to share a bit later, that when I have done a proper research that I can lay the steps, because I don't like to throw in the air the fluff that hey, here are these magical steps or a couple of things to do. And when you look at them, it looks great. But then there's nothing real behind that. You can't actually execute it. And I'm trying to deliver something that people could execute. But yeah, let's go back to presentation. If I can find it easily. Here it is. And these are my steps. Like I told in the beginning, and actually during the courses quite often, it really hasn't been golden always. I'm always happy. That's a good thing. But I have been in the place that I had to look for work. I had to find something. I have been actually in a point that I printed flyers and I went through every grocery in a town and I put it in a billboard that, hey, I want to hire a builder, helper, whatever you need. Call me. This is my hour price. And I put a really reasonable hour price because I wanted to get quantity and get that thing running. And it was a surprise. I started to get calls and I had a full summer with work. It was a really pleasant surprise. But hey, let's go to my steps and I'm going to talk about them a bit and then I will show a couple of web pages. Some of them I need to type here, so it might slow us a bit down. But yeah, this is something I have done, and if you are in a starting point, it's maybe the easiest way to actually get things rolling for you. But first, this one considers people who wants to work in a construction and industrial field. Because of gray economy, government made a decision a long time ago that if you want to work in a construction industrial area, you need to have an identification card with a picture and a tax number. That one can be made by yourself. You can make your identification card if you are a freelancer, or if you work for a company, they will create you a valttikortti. It's not your expense. But what has to be done from your side if you want to get that valttikortti? The company can also do it, but it's easier if you do it. You need to activate your tax number. And I'm going to open a web page here. We'll take a second. Here, I'm going to find a link. Actually, I'll go a bit. I got the wrong page. Here it is. I'll translate it in English and copy the link. And now I'm coming back to YouTube. And now you will have in a chat a link for tax officer's page. I will share it also on a screen. Let's change. I wish I would have a button to switch between pages. I could replan this, but hey, this is what we have. Okay, if you're in Finland, you have a permission to work, so you also have a tax number even if you don't know about it. And you can log in to Omavero, which is your own tax page. And from there, you can activate your tax number that you can work in, for example, in a construction field. And the link you have in the chat, you have instructions. Just follow the instructions. It's really easy and you will get it done. So this is something. And why did I tell about tax number? It goes again back when I was recruiting people, because very often people applied for construction work. We got everything set, but then we had a moment that we were creating a valttikortti and we hit a wall because the tax number wasn't activated. And company can activate it by calling the tax officer, but there is a huge line usually. And then you need to wait to get it done. So, to ease our job, we usually pick people who had activated tax number. That made things really easy. But yeah, that's about the tax number. Let's go back in presentation. Okay, tax number is done. Then we have a task. This will take a bit legwork, but go and find the local staff leasing companies there are. I'm gonna name here biggest ones, and there's actually a video earlier about staff leasing companies and links to their page. I can add it a bit later, the direct link here, but now I'm just going to tell which companies comes into my mind, the biggest one. Okay, construction companies first, and the one which also employs a lot English-speaking people. We have a Bolt Works, working in the whole Finland. Then we have a Easy, Go On, and then something where they not always service in English, but they are very friendly company because it's a franchise. It's called, now I'm losing a name in my mind. I'm going to say Varamiespalvelu, that's the old one, Lisäpalvelu. But I'm not going to show them today because I already went them through and you can find them in saved videos. And there's a one I still need to edit, but I will add it. You can see it there in a live record without any editing. That's available at this point. Okay, now we have gone through staff leasing companies. Hey, I'll show you something. Actually, to make your life easier, this is my biggest secret when I was working in a staff leasing company. My ultimate weapon. How did I contact the biggest amount of the clients in a company? Because the target was 15 clients a week. Then they were happy. But I went through 150 clients a week. When you contact the company and you ask how are they doing, and then you offer your services if they look a potential company. I need to log in. And then I will change the screen. It will come here. Finder.fi. This one was also in email. And if you want to find your local staff leasing companies, word is henkilöstövuokraus. And let's take an example. Vantaa. 128 results, and it will list all the companies that are offering services in Vantaa area. Polar Pro. Actually here, a lot of people last week and this week asking about warehouse works, Polar Pro, and if there's logistiikka in a name, it means that they are in logistics, handling warehouses, truck traffic, people driving forklifts, you name it. That's your hot lead. And if you want to be really ambitious, because staff leasing companies also work the Finland-wide, that you can actually find your own client, and then the staff leasing company makes a deal with them, pays you a salary. The staff leasing company takes care of insurances, the healthcare, you name it, they take care of it. But you will get a regular salary. Just put a henkilövuokraus. And you can see, we have in Finland 2,700 companies specialized leasing workers to different companies. That's because of our legislation and responsibilities what companies has. Some companies are not willing to take that, but that's again different story, not for today. But yeah, let's go back to presentation and see what I have written here. So that one was how you can find those staff leasing companies. And what wasn't on the list, it might come later, was that Bolt works and so on. Those you can find from Duunitori. Yeah, I think I have shown that in a previous video. They are somewhere. I need to make make links ready. Maybe now when autumn holiday is here, that I can put more time with this hobby. And then after you have signed up for staff leasing companies, here comes an important part, that signing up is not enough. After signing, wait for 4, 5, 6 days. If they don't send you an answer, it means that your name is on the list, but there's new ones popping and it going all the time lower and lower. At some point, it will be so deep that they will never see it. Email them. Ask did they receive your open application, and is there any opportunities for you? Just make that contact. If they don't answer the email, call them and ask that, did you get my email? Have you seen an application? And then ask for an interview, and they will give you one. And when you have done those steps, put it in your calendar that if at least once a month you keep in touch with them. Just ask how they are doing and do they have anything available. That's how you stay on their mind and top of the list, because they like active people. And now we have people looking for a job, that they are working kind of for us. That's what we want to get done. Then our next step, job portals. There we need to sign up to service, not just to browse them, create a profile if they have a chance for it, and then set email alerts that those applications will come directly to your email. And then when you get an application, response to it, send your information, and if you don't hear anything from there, and this is important part, if there's a total silence, call them or send an email and ask that, did you get my application? What do you think? And if they say that, okay, yeah, they checked it, that it wasn't right fit for them, ask feedback that, hey, what could I do better, or what kind of people you are looking for? And then you can start working from there. And maybe some point they have a new application open, you are applying there, and now you already know what you need to put on a file that they will consider you for a good fit. So you can see there's a lot of work, that it's not just applying, but then it's that aftercare. And then if the first one doesn't bring results, then it's the next one. Like I have some regular clients now. Long time ago, I sent a message to company. I asked for that, hey, could you buy my services? Would you be interested? And they weren't interested at all. But then I kept in touch. I here and there asked that, hey, how are you doing? Is there anything I can do for you? And I have created a good relationships. But yeah, where to find the job portals? We have a lot of them here. I have collected you a list. It's again in a chat, the very first list with the subscription. For the newsletter, I'll paste it again, just that it will pop there in the top. And let's change the screen. Here we have it. I have collected my favorite ones. I have actually more to add on the list, but I'll do it when I have free time, when I get those summer projects done. But yeah, the ones most likely you already know about. We have the e-palvelut, they had a, let's see where, yeah, this one used to be mall. Now there's Työmarkkinatori and so on. Here you can put whatever you want, like a cleaner. Let's see, will it pick? Okay, there we pick that area, and then we can see that there is in Finland 142 open positions for being a cleaner. But what is bad on this side? Okay, this is the biggest. They have most stuff and most places open, but there's a lot of people applying for these jobs. That McDonald's opened in, I want to say Vantaa, anyway, in our capital city area. They got 800 applications for a couple of open positions. And even in Kotka, such a small place, Animal Food Factory needed 4 people for a line work. They got 250 applications. And when I talked with the head of that factory, he was really buried under the applications. And then they had the big workers. But again, little background information. Even when there's an open application, companies still hire through their networks. They just want to see what's available. And that one was the case with Animal Food Factory. They hired 3 people through open job application, and 1 came through people they knew. So this one was the biggest one, but also with the biggest competition. Then we have Duunitori, good place, but mostly staff leasing companies are announcing there. At least that's my experience. Then we have Oikotie. This is more for professional works. And Kuntarekry, maybe not the right fit for us yet, because here you usually need a fluent work, but you can keep it an eye on there if there comes something which requires English only. And then English directories. We have a job portal, LinkedIn groups, Glassdoor, English jobs, then jobs in Helsinki, Vantaa. Usually you can add jobs in any city and the Google will give you local results. And then Indeed and Learn for Good. That one I need to check again. I think I was left in the middle there. And now people have you very often mentioned to me that, hey, I have applied, for example, job portal. Let's click it on. And they have checked it, they have applied, but nothing has happened. No response. That they might think that, hey, are these even real? But I'll take one more example again. Early this year, I had people from Strawberry to visit my courses. They actually sent all together, I think 15 people to get safety card. And they were setting up 2 hotels in Helsinki. One was the one next to airport now, and then one was some additional works they did in Clarion in, I want to say Jätkäsaari in Helsinki, but that could be completely wrong. And that point, yeah, I noticed, okay, you're setting a hotels ready. Then I was thinking that, hey, wondering how are they going to look people for those open positions? Because when I talked with those people, for example, one guy was setting up the kitchen ready, and I was saying that, yeah, he is coming to work there for a while and find and train new chefs and set the kitchen area to run properly. And we had a bit busy time. I didn't manage to ask that, hey, how are you actually hiring those people? And then a couple of months ago, I actually saw, I think it was a job portal or Glassdoor. Could be a Glassdoor. I saw their advertisements from Strawberry, which was actually the main company who runs Clarions and another hotels, really big company. And they hired through Glassdoors. They didn't use the uh, local directories, and they didn't care if the person speaks Finnish Finnish actually at all, but the person had to speak English because that one was the company's main language, and most of the staff in the company spoke English. Yeah, Swedish company. So there is hope, and it just means that legwork. When there's an application, you send your application and then keep in touch, talk to them, ask questions, and ask for an interview if it's possible, and build that relationship. Because maybe if you don't get this job, they have new ones coming, and then they already know you, at least partly. They have that burned mark in a memory, and then it might just click and the place is yours. So it's a lot of steady work and it never ends. But yeah, let's see what I have here. Then I have a couple of companies listed here. ESS hires a lot English-speaking people, no problem at all there. So does Posti, the mail delivery especially, and then sorting. It's a good work. Pay is also relatively fine. And then Fresca is a cleaning company specialized on only English-speaking people, and there's a lot of good experience from that company. I actually checked online that, hey, is there any talks about Fresca? Because concept sounds a bit challenging, that they are a cleaning company hiring only English-speaking people, and how they are dealing with Finnish-speaking clients. And it actually turns out to be working just fine. So those. And yeah, I have more companies. I need to keep adding this list. I can't wait the winter time to come that I can stop working outside, and then I'm actually planning to stay in the home office and do education. And then I have a couple of skills I want to train and learn new things. Because learning new, that's a big part of development and getting a better places. And let's see. Let's go back to. I need to find the right presentation. Not to start with the safety education. I have it open here also. Okay, now we went through job portals, and we have a task to join every one of them. I prefer to have a separate email for job leads because it makes easier to follow and they are not buried under your personal messages, but it's up to people what to do. And when that step is done, then is the last one. And now we contact the local companies. And I already showed the finder to you. And let's have a couple of examples just out of curiosity, just to see what we can do with it and how it can help us. Now I need to again change. This is a bit jumping, but we can live with it. Let's take here Finder again. Because I like to talk a lot about construction works. Let's stay in a construction field again. And construction field, it's the word we want to use is rakennusliike. And let's pick Tampere. That was people yesterday from Tampere. And now we Google Tampere. And this page has renewed a bit. It's actually even better than it used to be. We can see the company here. And then what we want to look for is a bit bigger company. Because first one, Rakennus Arela Oy, we can see here on the side that 200 to 400,000 million euro. Yeah, million euros. It means 200 to 400,000 euros it's a really small company. That most likely it's a one-person show, doing a small projects or managing. Haven't checked web page what it is, but that would be my guess. Then next one, Rakennusliike Ojares Oy. Straight away, 2 to 10 million euro turnover, 5 to 9 people. Okay, this is something we want to contact and offer the services that, hey, how are you doing? Would you be interested? Let's look something bigger. Korhonen, 2 to 10 million euros. Joopera. Okay, now we are talking. 20 to 100 million euros. We click näytä yrityksen tiedot. We can see an economical situation. We can see a turnover here. We can see 21 millions. It's dropping a bit. It means that their business is slowing down a bit. Next one is the profit, 1.5 million. Okay, really well. They are doing well. So we can actually maybe contact them. Here we can find their web page. Just click it. And we can see that, okay, they are building houses, which means they have a lot of action going on. And then we try to find contact information. These pages are not always in English, but you should maybe translate it if you want. There's a really nice automatic translators. And then you browse their information down and then look something like tule meille töihin or ota yhteyttä. Just click it. And for example, here they list what kind of people they are looking for. Carpenters, house builders, management, foremans, planners, project managers, salespeople. Listed the places where they operate. Their main offices, Lempäälä, Oulu and Vantaa. Good leads for people. And then they have a job application here, työhakemus. It means name, phone number, so on, and then a small description. And you can attach CV and send it out. And if you don't hear anything from them, contact them and ask how they are doing. But here, you actually notice that this one needs a lot of work. It needs a lot of work. And that's why we said staff leasing companies before and job portals, because they will be working behind. And now you have that free time to go through local companies, their web pages, because that's something you can't do in bulk. You need to take one company, go it through, check it, is it suitable for you? If no, throw it on side. If yes, that's your pick. And then you start working with them. When you have sent application to them, then you will move to the next one. And then later you just need to remember to call them that, hey, how are you doing? Did you get my application? Is there any chance? And let's go back in. Okay, I'm wondering, did you get it up? Yeah, sorry. Why you didn't say in the chat? Why you didn't say? It opened a new browser and this one didn't carry with me. I'll show you again. When we were on a Finder page, I clicked the web page for that company, Joopera, and I got this page. And then I started to look that, hey, how I can contact them. Here it reads, ota yhteyttä. I browsed down just to see what they have. And I found under the page, tule meille töihin. Not every company has this one. I clicked it. Then I looked, what are they looking for? Carpenters, so on, ending up to salespeople. And then you can leave a job application in the bottom of it. Just fill your information, small description here, and then attach your CV. and hit the send button, and then later call the company. And here you can see that it's a lot of work to do. So you need to have those staff leasing companies and job portals to work behind you, because then you don't have time to browse them and spend time there. And then it will be interesting to see that which one will bring the first results. My guess is that it's this going through companies. And that's how you build that network. And I always recommend to keep an Excel file, what you have done, where you have contacted, and then put there a mark that, for example, some green mark, hey, this company was positive, red one, okay, these are total. Yeah, I can't say that word here, but yeah, this company didn't have a good response, and that one is off your list. And then over long period of time, you will create an insane network and you won't be lacking leads. And at some point, those contacted companies starts to send you messages because they get to know you that, hey, we have here a thing, can you come, and so on. And that's actually my case now, that it took me really long time to build a network, but now I get the contacts here and there that, hey, can you come and help me, and so on. And that's just how things work here. Okay, I got a message that that guy is in my live stream. Yeah, hi to you. Hey, you sent me a WhatsApp message. Did you notice that we have a chat here? That I hope at least I can see a chat. You can also hit the chat here. And if you have questions, just send them to me and I can talk about it. Now I lost a thought completely with this WhatsApp. I'm wondering what I was telling. It was something useful for you, but yeah, it's gone. But these were my steps, and let's go them through again very quickly. I'll just repeat myself that what I have done and what I find is the best way to set the environment suitable for your success. First, get your tax number activated. And by the way, get a good selfie, the face picture at this point, because many staff leasing companies will ask that one in open application. It's not mandatory, but it's used for creating that ID where will be your tax number. Then contact all your local staff leasing companies. If you want to be wild in a finder, leave that area definition off. Then you get the whole list of staff leasing companies, 2,700 companies to go through. If you go through it, yeah, drinks are on me. We need to gather somewhere. I have found as crazy person as I am. And then go through job portals, sign up, set your profile, alerts, wait for emails to come. And when all those steps are done, go through local companies and create a list and put their marking positive, negative, and keep in touch with them. And some point there will come good leads. And now comes a bit more, I can't say advanced, but it could mix the thoughts a bit. So you can ignore ignore this at this point, but this is for future. That when you are going through local companies, you will get a lot of responses that, hey, we don't hire directly people. That's not our mode. But then you can offer, hey, I can hire, I can work through billing company if you're willing to give me a project or a task, and my hour price will be this and this, or job based by and work done. Or you can hire me through staff leasing company. And then if they say yes, you can work them and build them directly, or you can tell to some staff leasing company that, hey, I have a client here. Can you arrange to work with them? But yeah, that goes a bit too much in details. And if it's the case, you are in front of that, you can ask from me that, hey, what to do? And I will walk you through it. Yeah, we put a pin on that idea. If that's the case, contact me and I will help you. And then I have again yammered an hour. It usually goes really, really fast. Oh yeah, I found their old note. I have written in the chat too. Yeah. Yeah, I've written it in the chat. I want maybe one message. I'll actually check that I have here live feed. I need to mute the tab. Hey, I can see messages in chat through a browser, but I can't see them through my streaming platform. That's a bit odd. So you might be missing all the links. Let's put pin for a moment. I will open a new page. I'll check that on which platform is this. And I will add those links to chat through the different browser, because I think you might not have got them. Something new to learn and something to fix in future. You can see that every day we learn something. There I have a link. Then I'll open a fresh browser. Here. I'll check that. Can I join as a guest to my live? Okay, I'm in. And here is a page you can subscribe for a newsletter that you will get the information when it's the next live feed, usually Friday 10 a.m., but might come extra feeds. And then I had a link when we talked about activating your tax number. Okay, it's too long. It's too long. I'll put it in. How do I share it? I'll put it in the description. Yeah, I can't attach it. So I'll write it here. It will be in description. Yeah, questions and thoughts. And now it's time for, if you have questions, just ask. I will answer. I can tell also my thoughts a bit. And we actually spent that 1 hour. I plan to go through a couple of steps and systems I want to tell about. And then it's really up to you to follow or go through it. And then as always, if you have questions, you have problems, you can always ask from me. I will help and get you forward. And that's also how I create networks. I create uh, different ideas for lives, training ideas, and so on. And hey, here I got a thought, something what has been asked a lot recently. Would you be interested for any different kind of trainings? And this is especially for people who has gone through that occupational safety card training. That I have been thinking to create a material for example, hygiene pass, and then what else I had in my mind? I had construction cleaning, and I could form it the way. Okay, hygiene pass is easy. I have a material already there. I have done it by myself long time ago. I have that training material available, so I could put the course together and make it most likely available for free. That would you be interested of that? But then I would need people to take part and give an input that we would work together. And then I had something special for in my mind for people who have taken occupational safety card training, because we have very interesting topics during the training, especially about the cleanliness and the particles and different risks. And there are so many studies behind that information. And I have been thinking to create around 4 hour long course about construction cleaning, because it's a good entry point for construction world. And the course would be about the cleaning methods, because we have regulations, what you can use, what are the preferred methods to clean the places, what's the order, how to handle the air quality, how to set up proper isolation and air exchange, and then different cleaning classes like P1 for very clean areas where you do technical installation and so on. And I would put that all information in one package around 4 hours. And then we could run a course with it for people who have taken safety card. That's free, no money asked, just for input. And then you would get a mark in your CV that you have one more certification, at least a training, because in a CV you can list extra trainings you have taken, and that would be a way to stand out from other people applying for construction jobs. Just tell me what's your idea. I will send an email after the core, not course, this is a live stream. I will have a little summary what I just talked about, and I will have a link for a recorded video I will put online, and then I will ask you input about do you have any interest for the course? Hey, my favorite guy, Fishhall game. I also write here. Yeah, and do you know what happened last live stream? And people who actually it was the one before that we had exchanged a couple of words in the chat, and then for fun we took a project that we collect. I have now 2 people that I'm going to walk through the system. That now we collected information of staff leasing companies. We are going through local companies, and we have already signed up for staff leasing companies. And now I'm trying to help how to get that interview there, because it's really possible. It's their job to interview people. And then next step is that when that one is done, we are contacting local companies. We are creating an email with AI because of the translation, but we create it the way that we are just asking how they are doing, how the world looks like, and then we offer our services, but then we also tell that, hey, this email is in Finnish, but we are still learning, but we mainly talk through, we communicate in English. But we want to show the company that, hey, even if our Finnish is not in a good level yet, we are willing to put that effort and try to communicate. And this example I have shared very very often because it's so crazy. When the war started in Ukraine, there came a lot of refugees in Finland, and some of them, because big, uh, how, how to describe it, yeah, they were very really unlucky what happened, and they were in a bad situation, but they were ready to do whatever it takes to survive, start a new life. One guy walked through the office door once and came to talk with me. By the way, he didn't speak a word of English. Came to talk to me and was showing me a phone screen. And then I was reading from there, and he told that, yep, he's a Ukrainian. I have a work permission, and I really need a job. I will do anything you will give me, and I will not disappoint. And that one was actually quite impressive. That, hey, we have a guy here doesn't speak a word of Finnish, English, and only way we can communicate is through a mobile phone Google Translator. And then I took my phone. I was speaking Finnish there. It translated it into Ukrainian. I showed it to screen to him, and he read. And I was explaining that, okay, this one sounds a bit challenging, but let's see what we can do. And I took his information. He showed me pictures as a portfolio of what he has done in Ukraine. He was a builder. He didn't have clothes or tools. No, yeah, we arranged them to him. Not a big deal. When we found the first place, and I just sent him into a small place that, hey, let's try him here. And now I lost the thought again. I was reading a chat. I shouldn't do that in the middle of a sentence. But yeah, I sent him in the small place. We tried him there. It went really well. Then I thought that, okay, what the heck? Let's start with the bigger companies. I sent him to a bigger work field. And it took me a bit effort to convince the foreman that, hey, let's try this one. That I have a really good experience from the guy. And I actually had to promise him that, hey, if this one screws up, I will come instead of him. That you will get the carpenter to do basic jobs and help the bigger ones that if this one goes south. But it turned out to be really well. He was really happy. And the long story short, they communicated through Google Translator, some challenges here and there, but he was the last guy to stay on that work field from our people. So just a bit small motivational part, and give that hope that if there's an effort, people will notice it. And Vishal asking about hygiene pass. I don't do them yet. How the hygiene pass works, I can't do the exam because there's an organization running it. It's certified. No, so is the occupational safety card, but it's a bit different thing. But because you can join the exam without getting through a course, I can collect all the material you need. I have a practice tests. I have a practice questions. I can package it together, and then we can together go it through. I can prepare you for the hygiene pass. Then you don't need to take part to some courses, and you are not in the case that you keep up taking courses and then you fail, you take a new exam, and so on. It becomes really expensive fast. My plan is that we would have a course created like occupational safety course, and we would really dive deep and prepare people. And then I would have those example tests that you could try that can you pass them. So it's kind of a preparation. If you are interested, send me a message. We will make it happen. Let's see, what is my WhatsApp beeping? Yeah, more people watching live stream. But yeah, we are slowly getting done for the day, and I'm also running out of coffee. Do you have any thoughts? Pipin enjoys the information, and yeah, I enjoy sharing it and answering the questions. And by the way, that's also how I network, because there are the cases some people ask that, hey, I really urgently need people. Can you arrange? And I have a really long list of people on my phone, and usually we can find people. The one example how it goes, that I'm on a work site, there comes a problem, people don't arrive, they are wondering where to get people, and then I take my phone and I start contacting people I know, and I know that they are ready for a work. And then usually we find out the person for same day or at least next day. And same, by the way, goes with the works. I have been in a cases that I have hit a really bad client, that they are more hostile than a cooperative. That maybe their first intention is that they get the contractor, and then they try to screw the contractor to squeeze it as low as possible and maybe demand some extra work to be done. And when I hit that kind of a case, I will tell actually that, hey, this wasn't our plan. This is not in an agreement. That, by the way, you have broken the agreement, and I don't see the way that we can fix this. And then I'm saying that I will pack my stuff, and the work I have built, that you need to pay, and here's a small part, keep it. I don't need it. I'm now walking away. And then I take my phone and call a couple of people, and usually I have found a work field for the next day. Last time it happened 2 years ago. Morning, the client really, really pissed us by saying that hey, he will only pay 60% of the bill, and he might pay later, but here is some problems he sees, and so on. And we say that, hey, that's not accurate. We have done more than we have planned. We are out. And in half an hour, I was on a new work site with my tools. Yeah, hey, Vishal, you have an idea. You have an idea. I think Vishal was in Vantaa. I'll ask. Yeah, it might look a bit weird that text is appearing earlier than my talk comes. But now when my summer gigs are done, I still like to work here and there to keep my tools fresh, clean, places in order, that skills wouldn't disappear. I also have tons of stuff to do at home. But when my main projects are done, the educations are running, I'm at school studying a bit further, I can take small gigs. And for example, in Vantaa, in Kymenlaakso area, somewhere in 1 hour of travel from me, not more. And I can take somebody to work with me. You will be paid. No, don't worry about that. It's not free work. But I might pick one person to join me, but I can't hire you directly. I don't do that anymore. But you can bill me through not staff leasing company, but through billing service. And let's say 20-25 euros an hour if you have a skills, 28, 30 euros. And then we can do together some project for a client. I will find a project, something small, max a week, and then you will see how the Finnish work environment works, how to set the construction field, and there it will. The trick is here. We will make a video out of it, and that's one you have to bear with me. But then you will get the work experience. You will be paid for it, and then maybe you will find the new connections there. Which was not in Vantaa. Which city? Tell me that it was Hämeenlinna. I promise not to ask it again. Yeah, here's a small break. This is more about talking in the chat and in a video. But if you want to follow, please stay with us. Sometimes it goes like this. And then you can also ask questions or taking part in the talk. Because I'm here for you. But not still waiting Vishal to come. If you say Hämeenlinna, that's a bit trickier. But for example, Tampere, yeah, take a train. Anywhere. But yeah, you need a place to sleep. Yeah. What else? Hey, uh, I can show you something else. Only if this one remembers the passwords. Uh, this one goes a bit over time, but uh, people sometimes are wondering that, hey, if you are new, you want to find a works to do. This is more like for a freelancing work. That we also have a portals in Finland, and I'm going to pick a one now, and I'll show you because this one is building the idea that if I would get a small project, and then somebody could join me just to learn the system, get the CV filler, get paid, and so on. But I need to go and fetch a couple of passwords. They are on a different browser, and let's see if this one is still activated. I haven't used it for a while. Yeah, I can't log in there. Let's see, can I log in through this service? But I can save this one for. Okay. Why? Why it doesn't work with I haven't seen it with. It didn't work with. Now I need to check that can I share anything outside of the Chrome? I can't. I need to set up this for a separate time. But what I was going to show was a service where local people can leave offers, not local, private people can leave offers for construction work. For example, they have a bathroom they want to renovate. They will put that announcement, and then companies can answer. And that's a good way to get the small gigs and build up that portfolio. And I was thinking that if I take a gig through that service, pick one guy to come with me, we plan it together, we make a small video, and then I'll show that how you can start a freelancing career as a contractor in Finland and build up your reputation and portfolio from there. Because these service portals, they get people to price their work a bit low. That's why I don't use regularly them. But it's a good way to start. Rasika has companies in Seinäjoki that can apply jobs without Finnish language. Let's see. I'll share soon a screen, and I need to prepare here a bit. Login with Google account. This one found Finland. Okay, this one is asking to save alert, but yeah, I don't want to get Seinäjoki job announcements. It will mix up my feed. But yeah, I'm sharing a screen. This is from Rasika. If we want to get English-speaking jobs, I use, for example, Glassdoor. And I put here, let's go in the very beginning. For example, Glassdoor, location, I'll put Seinäjoki. This is a wonderful system. You put the location, just the name, and it even finds the right country. We put Seinäjoki, Finland, we hit enter, we don't define what kind of work we are looking for. Okay, let's accept cookies again. And then it lists what kind of jobs there are available. And why do I like this Glassdoor? Because it offers also jobs outside of Finland, those companies, because they usually pay better. And here we can see 59 jobs listed in Glassdoor in Helsinki. Territory manager. Okay, here is a Optico. Some of them are announced in Finnish. You can ignore them. For example, Hesburger. No, why not? You can do just fine with English and just go through the list. A lot of Finnish-speaking jobs, but here are also listed those English ones. And here's actually one which is for a restaurant. They're just opening a restaurant. Why not? So just go through. So here's a one Glassdoor and listed those jobs. Then what I do, this doesn't work for everybody, but I have been training Google. It not always worked for me. But if I put in my Google jobs and then location, I get a list like here came straight away sponsored. Nordic Job Center. Nordic Job Center is offering construction, building, cleaning, or industrial workplaces. That could be a really good pick. I'll save it for me a bit later. And then it puts a Jobly link with the location and what else? It actually lists all the pages I use and offers the work in Seinäjoki. So I would start from here. Hey, I'm not sure does this work. Actually, the link is too long. I can't paste it in the chat. But Rasika can try this one. First, go to the cluster, pick the area, go through the jobs, and then put in the Google Jobs in Seinäjoki, and it will list those English websites. That's where I would start. And then we have a Pavitra about electrical safety card. Now I need to remember that what was the standard? It's sähköturvallisuus. Let's see. I think it was this one. A couple of people asked it earlier. But here's, for example, Kiva Inspecta. And if you are an electrician and a company is asking electrical safety card, there are different standards. But I think this one was the most common one. And here you can have it in English. I'm wondering, did we get again too long link for the chat? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I'm really thinking how to... Hey, now I know. Now I know what we are doing. I'm trying to find my YouTube studio. Again, I'm doing weird stuff in the background. I need to find my content, live feeds. There is today. Now, in the video description comes links which did not fit in a chat. Let's see, will it allow me to add it here? Save. Yeah, it did. Oh, that looks horrible. But later, I will make it shorter. So that was for Pavitha. You can actually Google Kiva Inspecta and electrical safety card. SFS 6002. Yeah, it's a bit pricier card to get, but it's something you need. Vishal was teaching. Now I'm gonna check the CV and location. I will die if it was in Hämeenlinna. No, Vantaa. You have in a CV Vantaa mentioned. I think you're tricking me. Because if you are in Vantaa, I have a motorway almost from the home door to Vantaa. It will take me 1 hour 15 minutes to get there. And I have done a lot of projects in Vantaa. And when I have a free-ish week, I get the summer gigs done. Then I can take a project in Vantaa and we can do it together, for example. That was my thought, and that's why I was thinking that where do you live? Because absolutely no point to make people to move in Kotka for 1 week or something like that. And Vantaa is a really good place to be. And hey, I'll tell here an example from Vantaa Works. Long time ago, I did asbestos works and in Vantaa. And one young guy, God's sake, was like 20 something. And I was checking that, okay, here we have a guy and he bought an apartment in Vantaa and I went to do asbestos works there. I made a bill for his company. He paid it same day. It wasn't a small bill. And then out of curiosity, I was thinking that, okay, that how a young guy in Vantaa buys a big apartment Thus, there a full renovation from floor to ceiling, everything new. And I checked the company he owned. And he owned actually really simple company in Vantaa, providing cleaners for industrial workplaces and offices, and very simple task. And I can't remember his name, but he was employing i- foreign people. I don't remember the background, but he had over €1 million turnover just operating locally. So that's why if you're located in a big city, the opportunity is almost endless. You just need to find your way in and start digging from that point, and you will do just fine. Hey, do we have more questions? Any ideas, comments? How's your day? Yeah, yeah. From video, I can see that it looks that I'm leaning a bit back. I need to get a different chair. This is my free time chair. I'll also write it in the chat. Any comments? Any comments, ideas, or questions? Okay, Vishal, you had a good question. Yeah, Vishal is really trying to sell him, and I'm sold. But uh, I can tell. I have a couple of times mentioned it in the education. Yeah, I have had a company. Actually, I still have. I have just a small accent there. I have had a lot of people working for me, even a couple of bookkeepers some point. And but my life changed a bit. I got a special need daughter. It needs a lot of attention. By the way, she's soon coming from the school that we need to end at some point. But I can't put that effort anymore to manage people because I noticed that it took all my time to managing people and arranging things, and I couldn't take care of my daughter. And that's why I made a change that I'm 100% freelancer. I do construction jobs when I can. I do planning when I can. And then I run regular trainings and have online free time activities. And when I'm completely free, I go flying. That's a very, very, very relaxing hobby. And I'm not willing anymore to create a company with a lot of employers because I know I will run out again time and I can't do anything properly. But what I'm willing to do, I want, I can, I can guide people. I can help you. It comes from the heart. I have no requirements. People have offered that hey, we can pay you if you get the job or you give us a lead. I'm not taking money. That's just pure no. But you get the information for free, and if you have problems, you can always ask from me. Because there are times when I need to go offline for a while, like with the doctor visits or some therapies. Like last week, it was a really rough that I could get the work done, have a trainings. I had two doctor visits with the daughter, a lot of paperwork, but I just barely managed to fit it to the schedule. But if I would have people to work for me, I would be away that time and I couldn't tell what to do and give instructions. And exactly that happened when I had a company that when I had to go to doctor visits, we had a full days in a hospital and so on. People didn't know what to do, and they were uh, just hanging around, and it almost economically killed me. So I can't take that risk, but I can help and guide. And then when there's a small projects, I can take people there with me. If it fits to your skills, you can show what you can do. I can then recommend to you companies and so on. You get that good start. Yeah, I can see still 5 people hanging. Hey, is there anything else I can help you with? Or you can tell what you'd like to hear next time, because we have a second coffee on next Friday, 10 a.m. That's how I will make sure that I actually have a bit more free day once a week. That I'll hang here in front of the computer and answer the questions and do fun stuff. Or are we done for the day? How do you feel? What about, would you be interested if I show, if you are in the situation that you have a construction background, you have clothes, you have maybe access to some basic tools, would you like to see how to get your first project? It can be even cleaning the yard, painting some room. Would you be interested to see how I started a career, how I started to find jobs? Is there any interest? But you can also, most of the people have my WhatsApp number. You can also send me a WhatsApp link if you find something interesting and something you want to know. Or you face a problem what we have just gone through. But yeah, I think we are actually done for the day. My daughter is coming soon. My son is waiting upstairs. And I will see you next Friday again, 10 a.m. My family is on a autumn holiday, so will be I. But I'll find that time. Maybe it will be a shorter, maybe just a half an hour. I will escape to kids' yard cottage to have a life from there. But yeah, a bit shorter. But yeah, looks like no more questions. Hey, I really want to thank you, and I will say bye to you. And I hope that I see you next time. And this video will be a bit edited, but it will come to be rewatched again if you miss something or you want to see it again. And hey, I noticed 37 subscribers. Insane. Insane. People are doing well. Yeah, not that many. My wife has almost 20,000, but she has done it for a really long time. But yeah, I will close the feed here. You will reach me from the WhatsApp. YouTube has a community tab. Hit the message there. And let's have something interesting for the next day also. Okay, Pavit has said, of course, interested. Yeah, that's our next topic. I will be preparing. I have a lot of material to gather, but it will be a lot of information. Yeah, good. Something close to my heart. See you soon. See you next week.